Good morning, dear children, and welcome back for your English online classes. In the previous class, I told you about chapter 2.2 Angels on Earth. In that chapter, we learned about angels, that is, the little babies. Today, we will start with a new chapter, that is, Lesson 2.3 The Homecoming. Homecoming. What do you mean by homecoming? Homecoming means an instance of returning home. Homecoming means an instance of returning home, an eagerness of returning home. Okay, so let's start. Home is a place where we find love, a place that our feet may leave, but not our hearts. Though it rains gold and silver in another place, and daggers and spears at home, yet it is better to be at home. So, what's given over here? Home is the only place where we find love. No other place in this world can be like our home. It is the only place where our mother, father, grandparents, siblings all love us. Our family, they all. So it's a place where we find love from our family. And a person can leave his or her home. Means a place. Our home is a place that our feet may leave, but not our hearts. We cannot leave our home with our hearts. Though it rains gold and silver in another place, though the strange place there it's raining with gold and silver, and though at home it feels like raining of daggers and spears. Daggers means a short knife, spears means a weapon with a pointed tip. So though we feel that okay, going to a new place, gold, it will be feeling like okay, I'm feeling very amazing, I'm in a new place, I can do anything. You will feel like it's raining of gold and silver. And staying at home, you will feel like, oh no, why I'm staying at home? Every time mommy is scolding me, every time daddy is asking me to do some or other work. And you feels like daggers and spears are raining on you at home. But yet your home is a better place to be. Yet our home is a better place to be. Okay. Like for example, I can tell you during this lockdown time, you people are staying at home, is it? Many of the children are calling me and asking that, ma'am, when our school is going to reopen. And I used to say that when it is going to reopen, you will come to know. In the same way, you people also will be thinking that why we cannot go out, when our school will reopen, when we can go for playing outside with our other friends, when we go to the shopping or malls or eating any of the other eatable things, you people might be thinking. But dear children, home is the best place to live. During this lockdown time also, a very disgusting type of virus is there in your environment. So it's better to be at home and to be safe. That's why we are conducting these online classes for you all people, so that you people shouldn't have any kind of trouble for your studies at least. Is it? So that what is the thing. So let's start with reading. Fatih Chakravarti was the ringleader among the boys of his village. One day, a plan for a new mischief entered his head. There was a heavy log lying on the bank of the river. Fatih's plan was to roll it away with the help of his followers. The owner of the log would be angry and they would all enjoy the fun. Everyone liked the idea. So Fatih Chakravarti is the main leading role in this story. This boy, he was the ringleader. Ringleader means one who leads others in bad or illegal actions. Ringleader means one who leads others in bad or illegal actions. So Fatih was the leader of bad or illegal actions among the boys of his village. One day he thought a plan. One day a plan entered his head. A mischievous plan entered his head. And what was the plan? That there was a heavy log lying on the bank of the river. You can able to see in this picture. See, the heavy log is lying over the bank of the river. And Fatiq, he is Fatiq. The yellow t-shirt boy, he is Fatiq. And the white t-shirt boy who is sitting on the log, he is Fatiq's brother, Makhan. And the rest three, they are Fatiq's friend. Okay. So that what is given over here, that there was a heavy log lying on the bank of the river. And what Fatiq's plan? His plan was to roll the log with the help of his followers. And when the owner will come and see that the log is not in its place, then the owner will get angry. And these all people, Fatiq and his friends, they all will enjoy and they will all have fun doing this and seeing the owner angry. And everyone means all these friends of Fatiq, they liked the idea. Then what happened? See. But just as the fun was about to begin, Fatiq's younger brother, Makhan, came and sat down on the log. Fatiq was furious. Makhan, he cried, "Get up this moment. If you don't, I will trash you." Makhan didn't care. He only moved to a more comfortable position. Fatiq ordered his followers to roll the log. So what's given over here? That when this fun of Fatiq and his friend was going to begin, at that time Fatiq's younger brother came over there. And what is the name of Fatiq's younger brother? Makhan. He came over there and he sat down on the log. See how he is sitting on the log? After seeing his brother sitting on the log, Fatiq was very angry. Furious means very angry. He got very angry. Makhan, he cried. Very loudly he cried. He said, "Makhan, get up this moment. You get up from this log." He said like this. And what he said? "If you don't, I will trash you." Trash you means beat with a stick or whip. I will beat you with a stick. If you will not get up at this moment, I will beat you with a stick. Like that, Fatiq said to Makhan. But Makhan, he didn't care. What he did? He only moved to a more comfortable position. Now Makhan is sitting in a more comfortable position on the log. Then Fatiq, what he did? He ordered his followers that, "Dear friends, you roll the log." See how his three friends, they are rolling up their sleeves so that they can roll the log. The boys began to heave at the log. Fatiq called out, "1, 2, 3, go." At the word go, the log went, and with it went Makhan to the ground. What happened? The boys began to heave at. Heave at means push with great effort. The boys, they pushed the log with great effort. And Fatiq started counting. He counted 1, 2, 3, go. Like that. Like for running and all also we are counting. Now 1, 2, 3, now run. In the same way, Fatiq also counted. And as he said the word go, his friends, they pushed the log, and the log with log, Makhan also, he went to the ground. The other boys began to laugh, but Fatiq was a little frightened. Now what happened? After seeing Makhan on the floor, the other boys, they began to laugh. But Fatiq was not laughing. He was little frightened. Frightened means scared. He knew what was coming. He was knowing that now he made Makhan to be on the floor. Now what will happen after going home? He already imagined by himself. Makhan got up screaming like a fury. Fury means the Greek goddess of revenge, an extremely angry woman. So he just screamed. Screamed means shouted. He shouted and cried like an angry woman. He rushed at Fatiq, scratched his face, beat him, kicked him, and then went home crying. Fatiq wiped his face. He sat down on the log and began to nibble. A piece of grass. A boat came up and a middle-aged man stepped onto the bank. He saw the boy sitting there and asked him where the Chakravartis lived. So what happened? The other boys, they started laughing on Makhan, but Fatik was frightened because he know that if Makhan will go home and if he will tell to mummy, then mummy will surely beat me. That's why he was little frightened. Makhan also, after getting on the floor, he got up and he screamed, he shouted like a angry goddess, like an extremely angry woman. He shouted and he rushed at Fatik. He very rudely rushed at Fatik, and then Makhan scratched Fatik's face. Makhan beaten him, kicked him, and then Makhan went home crying. Fatik also, what he did after all these things, Fatik wiped his face and then he sat down on the log and began to nibble. Nibble means take little bites of something, to chew something. So what he was nibbling? He was nibbling a piece of grass. A boat came up, and then a boat came up and a middle-aged man stepped on to the bank. A boat came up because they were sitting nearby the river. So a boat came up and a middle-aged man stepped on to the bank, and he saw a boy. Who was the boy? Fatik. He saw Fatik. He saw a boy sitting there and he asked him that where the Chakravartis lived. Like that he asked. Then Fatik, he was already angry and he was thinking that if I'll go home, what will happen? What mummy will do with me? All these things was going inside his mind. So he very rudely replied to that man, "Go and find out," said Fatik. Very rudely he said, "You go and find out why you are asking me," and continued to nibble the piece of grass. At that moment, a servant came down from the house. He told Fatik that his mother wanted him. When Fatik entered home, his mother called out angrily, "So, you have been hitting Makhan again." So, what happened over here is that when that person came and he asked Fatik that where the Chakravartis live, he said that you go and find out, don't ask me. Very rudely he gave the answer. And again he started nibbling the piece of grass. And at the moment, what happened? A servant came down from Fatik's house and he told Fatik that your mother called you. Your mother wants you. Go and meet her. And when Fatik entered the home, his mother called out angrily. She was very angry and she said, "So you have been hitting Makhan again?" And she started saying, "So again you have been hitting Makhan." Like that she said very angrily. In our house also, if we are the elder ones, if the younger one beats us, then also we will get scolding from mother and father. If we will beat them, then also we will be getting scolding from mother and father. Is it? So in the same way, this champ, this Fatik, he was not knowing anything. He just know that Makhan has beaten him back. Okay, but he thought that Makhan would have told to mother that I have beaten Fatik because he rolled me through the log. But what he did, he went inside and he told mummy something else. That's why mummy is shouting on Fatik angrily. "So you have been hitting Makhan again?" Like that she's asking. Then Fatik is saying, "No, I haven't." "No, I haven't," said Fatik angrily. "Who told you that I have?" Like that Fatik told to her mother, his mother. "Don't tell lies, you have," shouted the mother. Then mother, she shouted on Fatik, "You don't tell lie. You have beaten him, I know." "I tell you I haven't." Then Fatik shouted back, "I tell you I haven't beaten. You ask Makhan." Then Fatik is saying, "You go and ask Makhan whether I have beaten him or not." But Makhan thought it best to stick to his previous statement. He said, "Yes, mother, he did hit me." Fatik could not bear this injustice. He rushed at Makhan and rained on him a shower of blows. "Take that," he cried, and that for telling lies." See the picture? How Fatik is beating Makhan and mummy is beating Fatik. This happens in our family also, is it? So what? Makhan thought that if now I will change my statement, if now I will change my previous statement, then mother gonna beat me. That's why I have to stick to my previous statement. And he said, yes, you have beaten me, you have hit me, you don't tell lie. Then Fatiq, after hearing this lie, he was very angry. He just rushed at Makhan and he started beating him very nicely. And while beating, he said, "Okay, you said lie. Okay, take this. Take this slap also. Take this punch also." Like that, he cried and he started beating him. In a moment, the mother took Makhan's side. She pulled Fatiq away, returning his blows with equal vigor. When Fatiq pushed her aside, she shouted out, "What, you villain? Would you hit your own mother?" Like that, mother said. After seeing all these things, mother was totally angry. She was depressed. So this time she took Makhan's side because she thought that Makhan is telling the truth. Then she pulled Fatiq away. She pulled Fatiq from back. You can able to see in the picture. Returning his blows with equal vigor. Vigor means energy and force. So with equal vigor, with equal energy and force, she has beaten Fatiq. When Fatiq pushed her aside, she shouted out. And when Fatiq pushed his mother aside, she shouted. What she said? "What, you villain? You are a villain. Now would you hit your mother, your own mother?" Like that she shouted on Fatiq. It was just at this moment that the middle-aged stranger arrived. He asked what had happened. Fatiq looked ashamed. When the mother looked at the stranger, her anger changed into surprise. There stood Bishambar, her elder brother. "Why, Dada? Where have you come from?" she said, and bowed to the ground to touch his feet. Bishambar had come to see his sister after many years. Soon after her marriage, he had gone away to Mumbai and had started business there. She had lost her husband while he was still there. Bishambar had now come back to live in Kolkata. As soon as he found out where his sister lived, he hastened to meet her. And what happened? It was just this moment. This moment was going on. At the time, a middle-aged stranger arrived over there. And after seeing all these things, he asked what had happened. And Fatiq looked ashamed. Fatiq was totally ashamed over there. After seeing that stranger, mother's anger changed into surprise, and after her anger had changed into surprise, there stood, by seeing whom her anger changed into surprise, by seeing her elder brother Bishambar. And she is asking, "Why, Dada? Where have you come from? From where you are coming?" Then she, like we Indians do, Indians means we Hindus most probably we do know, we bow down to the ground to touch our elders' feet, is it? In the same way, she too bowed down to the ground to touch his feet because he was her elder brother. Then Bishambar, he had come to see his sister after many years. This Bishambar, this man, elder brother of Fatiq's mother, he came to see his sister after many years because soon after the marriage of his sister, he had gone away to Mumbai and he was staying in Mumbai as he has started business over there. And during this time only, Fatiq's mother has lost her husband while Bishambar was still in Mumbai. Now Bishambar, he came back again to Kolkata for leaving. As soon as he found out that his sister also lived here, where his sister lived, he came to know. Then he hastened to meet her. Hastened means what? Hurried. He was in a very hurry, moved with speed. That okay, my sister stays here, now I know, so I have to meet her. The next few days were full of rejoicing. The brother asked how the two boys were doing in their studies. The sister said that Fatiq was a big nuisance for her. He was disobedient and wild. But Makhan, she said, was very good and gentle. Bishambar kindly offered to take Fatiq to Kolkata and educate him there. The widow mother agreed readily. Then the next few days were full of happiness, joy and celebration. And the brother Bishambar asked to his sister that how the two boys were doing in their studies. Then the sister said that Fatiq was a big nuisance, big headache for her, and Fatiq was totally disobedient as well as out of control. He was without discipline, out of control, and he was not at all listening to his mother. But in other way she said that Makhan was very good and gentle. He is good in studies as well as he is very good and gentle. Then Bishambari kindly offered to his sister that I want to take Fatiq to Kolkata and educate him there. The widow mother, she was agreed readily. Readily means willingly she agreed. When his uncle asked Fatiq if he would like to go to Kolkata, the boy's joy knew no bounds. Oh yes, uncle, he said joyfully. The boy was on pins all day long. He kept asking his uncle every minute when they would start. At night, he lay awake most of the time. As a parting gift, he gave to Makhan his fishing rod, his big kite, and his marbles. So when Fatiq's uncle asked him that, Fatiq, would you like to go to Kolkata with me? Then Fatiq's joy knew no bounds. Bounds means was very great. He was full with joy, was very great with joy. And he said, oh yes uncle, why not? Sure, I will come with you. The boy was on pins. Pins means restless. He was totally restless all day long. He kept asking his uncle every time that when we are going to start, when we are going to move to Kolkata. And at night also he used to stay awake. And as a parting gift, as making a part from his brother, as a parting gift, what he did, he gave Makhan his fishing rod, his big kite and his marbles also. Fatiq reached Kolkata with his uncle. He met his aunt for the first time. She was not at all pleased with another addition to her family. Her own 3 boys were difficult to manage, and the addition of a village boy was terribly upsetting for her. Fatiq soon realized that he was an unwelcome guest at his aunt's house. His cousins mocked at him, and his aunt always found fault with him. Then Fatiq reached Kolkata with his uncle, and there he met his aunt for the first time. But she was not at all happy, as already she was having 3 boys in the house. And after seeing that, okay, another addition to her family, she said that it is totally difficult to manage my 3 boys. How I will manage this boy? And that too, he is a village boy. And she was terribly upsetting. This boy was terribly upsetting because he was a village boy. And already she was having 3 boys at home. Then Fatiq soon realized that it was an unwelcome guest. Fatiq realized soon after staying for a few days, he realized that okay, I am an unwelcome guest to my aunt's house. His cousins, the 3 sons of his uncle, every time they used to mock at Fatiq, and his aunt always found fault with him. And every time Fatiq's aunt, she found faults. Whatever Fatiq do, every time his aunt stands in front of him and shouted at him, and every time she is pointing finger on Fatiq that it is all the wrong things, all the bad things going on in the family is just because of Fatiq. All of this is his fault. So dear children, till here I think you people have understood condition of Fatiq, how he was in the village and what happened when he came to Kolkata. Next part I will tell you in the next class. Thank you children.